Hello friends, welcome to another market holiday vlog. And I like to get straight into the video. So here it is. I'm going to be sharing with you two markets that my two last markets of the season, and prepping and everything that I've done beforehand. So I did have to go to Joann's, and of course they had so many sales. I love that glitter yarn. It was just so beautiful, and I actually ended up picking up a few colors of the glitter yarn. You're going to see me working with that here shortly, but all of this was already empty. I don't even know what was in those bins, but it looked like it's empty, so it must have been good, I guess. And yeah, so I ended up getting some yarn because I was running low on some colors. I had to finish that jellyfish that I showed you in the last video, and it was like this hot pink color, and they had some sparkles. I should have got that. I think I did get that one. No, I didn't get that one. I just got the regular. But yeah, and then I had this Christmas tree. I was so tempted to get it because it was 70% off of all the holiday, as you can see. And then this stand I wanted to get for my ornaments that I never got around to making some of the clear bulb ornaments, but I was trying to get it to focus here. Sorry, it wasn't focusing. But yeah, I wanted to use this for my markets. I think it'll be so nice. I'm still so tempted to go back, but if you are at Joann's, I think this will be a great display item at your booth to display some ornaments, but I didn't get it. So hopefully maybe I might go back. I don't know. Let me know if you guys picked that up. But I did get this blue sparkle. I love the sparkles in it. My daughter wants me to make her a hat out of this, and I think it came out really, really cute. This is actually a jellyfish that I ended up making, but the size of the jellyfish was so large that it actually fit her head. So it's like, maybe I can make a jellyfish hat, or yeah, but I don't know. I just wanted to make some jellyfish like I told you in the last video. I wanted to hang them all around my booth, so I think it looks just so cute. And then I also was watching Elf the other night with the girls, and I had to make Buddy from the movie. And while we were watching the movie, I was crocheting Buddy the Elf, and it's one of my favorite Christmas movies to watch, and I just thought it was so funny. So he finally is complete. I thought he looked so cute, and he was ready for the market. I had so much fun making him. I just pretty much freehanded him. I seen a picture, I think on Facebook or something, and I ended up saying, that looks like something I can do. And so yeah, I just freehanded him, and I think he just came out so cute. Buddy the Elf. Go ahead and watch the movie if you haven't watched it. It's hilarious. Me and the kids love it. But these are the ornaments that I bought several years ago after Christmas. They were on sale. And I had so many ideas of what I wanted to do with them previously before I was crocheting. I wanted to do vinyl and then just add a couple of other things to it, but I never got around to it. And then this year I wanted to crochet around them, and unfortunately, I didn't get to do that either. I had an order on Etsy for some clusters. I still have, I think, them listed on Etsy if anyone's interested in checking out my Etsy. I have some fabric clusters listed on there, and so I just wanted to share some of them that I was working on, and I'm getting this packaged and ready to go out. And yeah, so pretty much my method with all of this, I just get a bunch of little scraps of lace and different things, and just stamps and buttons and charms, and then I just sew around them, and put them together and make little clusters out of them. And yeah, it's really fun, therapeutic. I love it. I love stamping. I love anything with fabric and sewing and buttons. It's just also fun. I love it. So anywho, someone placed 2 orders. Yeah, so that was 20 clusters I had to make and mail them out during this time. It's so funny, like when I'm prepping for markets, I end up getting Etsy orders that I have to fulfill, and then I'm like, oh no, now I gotta stop and do that. So I didn't have any clusters. I think I had a couple, but just not 20 ready. So like that butterfly one, I think I already had on there. So I had to make a lot of these from scratch. And yeah, so it took a little bit of my time away from the market prep, but this is how they came out. So cute. I love this dragonfly with the little dragonfly little charm there. And then this one, I added my Tash Marie Makes button around it. I hope she likes that one. I thought it was really cute, and it's just a little saying here, a little quote. And yeah, I really love these. If anyone wants to check these out, these are on my Etsy account. Also, it was so weird with shipping on Etsy because she ordered two, and for some reason, when I went to print the label, it wanted me to pay for like two separate labels, and I'm not sure why because it was being shipped to the same address. So I was having some issues with that, like shipping on Etsy. So I ended up just having to pay for shipping outside of Etsy because it wouldn't let me combine them, and it was so weird. So yeah, I kind of messed around and changed the shipping. I think before, if you ordered anything $30 and over, it was free shipping, but yeah, it just wasn't feasible after trying to figure out that whole thing, and I don't know what happened with Etsy. But I also do have my own website up as well. These are not on the website, but if anyone wants me to list them or anyone's interested, most of my stuff on my website are crochet items, like the crochet plush, and then I have, I think, a few other items on there as well. I think ornaments and a few other little items, but you could definitely check out my website. I really want to move everything to my own website instead of going through Etsy because I still have to pay for fees on my website. Like, there's still fees, but I just don't think it's going to be as many fees as Etsy takes out. And then also the whole shipping situation was just such a headache to deal with. So I don't know what they did on there, but anywho, this I finally did get this out to the customer. Thank you to the person who did order these. And by this time, I believe she should have got them. And I really hope you enjoy these. And yeah, I had so much fun making them. So it was a nice little breakaway, I guess, from the crocheting. And yeah, I did a little bit of sewing and these clusters. So after this season, also, I want to get back into like making my journals and just like, more paper crafts and stuff like that. Because I do really love that too. And I know like a lot of people love watching that as well. And I think I asked in another video, like, what do you guys want to see? A lot of people said they like the making of the journals and whatnot. So this bag looked a little plain, and I can't find my Tash Makes, my custom little stamp that I made. I haven't found it since we moved here, and I don't know where it's at. It might be still in a box somewhere. So I wanted to stamp on here, so I just put the Made with Love stamp instead because I couldn't find the other one. And I was making these for Christmas too, these little ornaments, but I didn't get to bring them either. Like, I guess I'm gonna save that for next year. My Glowforge was acting up as well. I did make a few things, like I made my buttons, and I wanted to make some more like custom tags for, I think, the cup cozies, like little display areas to put on the cup cozy. I don't know what you call it, but you'll see in a future video because I was working on that as well. But I'm using what is that called? It was permanent ink on here, so I was just showing the permanent ink and then just stamping this Made with Love and on it because I couldn't find my custom stamp. So I wanted to put something on there. I think it will look better than just being plain. So yeah, you can reuse this as well if the person wants, or they can just keep their clusters in there or reuse it for something else. You can give something handmade for the holidays, I guess. You can re-gift it. So yeah, I was thinking about using this one. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, but then I just ended up using that stamp. But anywho, so that's that. And yeah, I want to switch over mainly to my own website, which is tashmiremakes.com, and I'll have it linked below as well. And yeah, if anyone's interested, I appreciate all the orders as well from there. And I also have tashmiremakes at gmail.com, so you could email me as well there. And yeah, so that was that. That was a good little break from everything I was doing. My hands were so sore. Like the next morning when I woke up from crocheting the other night, because I stood up practically all night, and I wouldn't advise doing that because a lot of the items that I did make did not sell. Like the things that I made overnight. I mean, some of the items I did, they did end up selling, but it's just, I think I mentioned this in my last video too. It's just not worth it. Just get you some rest and everything will be good. You know, it's gonna turn out fine once you get there. But oh, market prep is sometimes a bit stressful. And a lot of that I think is caused by me, myself, like causing it. And I think it happens to others as well. Like you put more stress on yourself than need. And yes, I want to make these cup cozies. You can see I printed out my own little labels I think I made in Canva. And then I was working on the, what was that? The little mouse, ballerina mouse, which sold in my last event. I want to make another one for this one, but yeah, I didn't finish it, so I brought it here. Yeah, we're here at the event, and this was at a local coffee shop. I kind of, I guess, skipped the whole part of us prepping, getting there, and yeah, I just jumped right to us at the event all set up. But yeah, this was at a local coffee shop, so it was close by, and the fee was about $30, which was great because it wasn't very expensive, considering other markets. Like my next market is a little more. I think it was $59. And I've been noticing the pattern with that as well, that like the more you spend on the market doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be a good market for you. Sometimes, you know, an event that's like $30, you end up making more out of. I don't know, that's just been the trend for me. Let me know if that's the same for you. But this is pretty much the setup, how I had everything. I actually marked down these chickens because I really want them to sell, and I think there was other crocheters right next door to me that also had chickens. So I think I normally sell them around $20, $20 to $18, and I lowered them down to $16. And I think someone actually came by and mentioned like, wow, these chickens are cheap, only $16. And I believe I sold the blue one, so I was happy with that. Hey, chicken sold. That was great. So my daughter ended up walking around again. She's doing the filming in this one. My older daughter Penelope. And in the next video, in the next market, you're gonna, not in the next video, sorry, it's gonna be all in this video, but the next day, because this is, I believe, Saturday. This market was on Saturday, and then I have another market tomorrow on Sunday. But you see that person has crochet as well, and they had the little ornaments similar to what I was planning on making, but a little different. So yeah, she has some chickens there, as you can see. And yeah, I was thinking about like putting my chickens away, but then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put all my stuff out. And this was like a little cowboy hat area. They were actually hosting the event. And at the end, she handed out some like bandanas and hats and a few other things. So that was another crocheter as well. You saw the Stitch by Sandy, I think it was. But she had some crochet. I didn't get to see much of what she had. I think she had a lot of jellyfish and maybe octos as well. And then they had like some clay jewelry and earrings were really pretty. And it looks like some flowers there. And you can see some baked goods there. This was a local coffee shop that I love going to. And yeah, it ended up turning out pretty well. So I was happy with it. It ended up raining on us though. The girls were wearing their little nutcracker cat shirts that they just received from dance because this upcoming weekend is their nutcracker show. So they're getting ready, and then today and tomorrow they have dress rehearsals. So they were excited for that. But I ended up finishing that mouse you saw at the event, so I was happy to finish that ballerina mouse. The girls really want that for Christmas too, so if it doesn't sell, it'll probably go to them. And then I also did make some of these Pop-Tarts while I was there. And I was showing like that little cup holder actually holds a small little bowl of yarn perfectly. And then yeah, it started to rain on us, and I think every single market that I've been to, it has rained. It has rained on me, which really sucks. But afterwards, there was this beautiful rainbow that came out. So yeah, Florida's all sunshine and rainbows. I loved it. seeing the rainbow afterwards. But yeah, I was flooded in. As you can see, it was starting to flood in that corner, which kind of got a little sucky, but it was okay. This is all a learning experience. I think at each time I'm getting a little bit more knowledge on what to do, how to cover my stuff. I did end up bringing my carts a little bit in, the ones that I had outside. I brought some more jellyfish in because I had some outside as well. And I think we ended up patching some of the rooftop of the tent because there was a hole from the last market. I don't know what happened, but I guess dragging it around, going in and out of the car. So there was a hole, we had to patch it up. But this cute dog, his name was Teddy. He was so adorable. He loved my little spot. I had to take a picture of him. You can see my yarn got into the mud there, and I had to cut it off and continue on with what I was crocheting. And now that market is over. This is the next day. I could not crochet anything last night, so I had to think of, okay, what can I do? And I think I showed you previously in a few videos back that I was working on this huge plush as my mascot. You can see he's on my business card and he's on my banner. And so I was trying to fix his face and his eyes because they weren't centered, so I had to take it out and then redo it. And like, he's a little wonky, his ears wonky, so like I ended up putting a pause to him and then redoing it over. So he actually came with me to this event this time, and this was at a park. This is about 30 minutes from where I live, and the views here was beautiful. Like, they have these little spots here, and it's perfect for vendors, like booths, because there's like all little squares, like perfect space. And so you can see him here. My daughter was loving on him. She was cuddling with him the whole time that she was there. She also had to go to dance, like I said, this day, so her hair was all done and makeup for dance. But I had shared this on TikTok as well. And I have like TikTok and Instagram that I normally share like behind the scenes of the event and things like that. So if you want to follow me there, it'll be below in the description. But this is my whole setup. This is how it ended up looking. And I was right next to Rita's, the booth next door. And I got the strawberry pina colada. It was so delicious. So good. And yeah, they were literally right next door to me. You can see the red tent. There's Rita's on it. And so, yeah, afterwards, the girls and my husband ended up leaving because they had to go to dance. So, but before that, Paige wanted to take the camera of my younger daughter and go around like Penelope did in the last event. And so this is her footage of the surroundings and how everything looked. And it's a little bit crazy, so if you want to skip this part because you might get a little dizzy, this is the eyes and lens of my 8-year-old, or 7. Is she 8 or 7? Oh my god, no, she's 7. My 7 she's gonna be 8. My 7-year-old walking around. And yeah, she's just scanning the area for me and like looking around. She really wanted to record and look at everybody's stuff. This is really cute. She has a bunch of cute little toys there. I see like some Pokemon and some other stuff. There's some flowers here. This was, I think, a dog event. So they had like a lot of like doggy bandanas and so many cute things for dogs. And if I would have made a profit at this event, if I would have made something, because I'm going to just tell you right now, this event was not good for me. It looked promising starting out because there was so many vendors. It was a beautiful location, beautiful day. Yeah, so it just seemed promising, but I didn't even make my vendor feedback for this event, so I was kind of in the negative. And had I made more, I would have, probably purchased something for my little dogs. I have 2 chihuahuas. And I did see my neighbor had some bags that were so cute to put them in. But yeah, I was like, I can't because I didn't even make a profit in this one. I was already in the negative. So unfortunately, I didn't get it. But this whole part is kind of like, she's might get you a little dizzy because she's moving back and forth. I was considering taking it out, but then I was like, I'll leave her footage in there. Maybe you can get a gist of a little bit of what's going on. Hopefully you don't hate it too much. But I think she tried her best here. She really wanted to record. It looks like they had some bowl cozies there, like the bowl little things. So a lot of handmade sewing, and looks like some plants. A lot of cute dogs came out. So cute. Oh, this guy had some bow ties. So cute. I'm sorry that it's going back and forth. But like I said, if it gets you dizzy, you can definitely skip this part and go to the next. But I did end up wanting to leave this in here. She did try her best to record and get a gist of what was going on around. I think there was one other crocheter. She stopped by my booth. I didn't get to look around. Unfortunately, by the time I was done, she was already packed up. But you can see a little bit there. She had some sea turtles there, and I think she also has some jellyfish hanging as well. So a little bit similar items to what I had as well. And I think she said, I don't know if there was two or three, but there was another woman. I don't know if they were together or separate, but she said she does like the worsted weight yarn, not the plushie. So a little bit different from what I had in my displays. But yeah, I learned, regardless of what, I think even if you're selling similar items, it's still going to be kind of different. Everybody works different. It may be a different color scheme or a different type of yarn, or maybe different sizing, so it's none are going to be exactly the same, so that's what's the beautiful thing about buying handmade. And yeah, just supporting, local small businesses. And the Dragon Design, she was at my last event. I think she hosted it, actually. I said in a previous video. And she was also at this event. So seeing another familiar face from a previous event that we went to, that was nice. And yeah. And then this was my setup she was getting. I think what happened was she zoomed in. I don't know if you noticed that, but she ended up zooming in the video, and I don't think she realized it was zoomed in. She was just, walking around, looking around. So yeah, that's her again. She was just cuddling on my little bear there. I gotta give him a name. Blue Bear. I don't know. But let me know in the comments if you have any names that I should name the little cuddly buddy there. But yeah, this is me now behind the camera, and I'm just kind of recording the table and how everything looks. It was windy, by the way. You saw my little plush fall. It was windy and raining. It rained a little bit, but not as much as the other day. And then I was working on this little snowman that I made the other day. He didn't sell, so I decided to make him a little earmuffs and scarf, and he ended up selling. As soon as I put her out, I would say her because it's Pinky, so I'm just gonna say her. But she ended up getting purchased by someone shortly after I put her out there. And yeah, so this was it. You don't see a lot of foot traffic. I think it was mostly vendors that came in. I want to say maybe 80% of the people that came into my booth were other vendors. And yeah, about 20% were just local customers, maybe looking to purchase something, or maybe just walking around enjoying a stroll in the park with their dogs. So that was it. And sometimes it's a good marketing, you make a big profit, and then sometimes it's a flop. And this, I think, unfortunately, I hate to say it, this may have been my worst market ever as far as profit goes. Now, experience, it was beautiful. It was great. I loved it. I had a great time. I think it was enjoyable. I got to crochet a couple items. Oh, you can see I actually finished a little duck there. His wing, I said, was missing. So I finished him and put him up there. And yeah, I had so many comments. Everything was so cute. Oh, another one of my duckies sold, the little flower ducky. So a lot of people love those ducks. And it's funny because I was going to take them out. I did put some of my items away, like the fall pumpkins and stuff like that. And I thought I was gonna put the ducks away, like the little flower ones, because I thought they looked like springish, but they love them, so I'm happy I put them out there. And then this was the hat I made. It just said Tash Me Makes on it the other day at the event, at the previous event. It was like a cowgirl event, cowboy. So yeah, I ended up just wearing it the next day as well. And you can see like the views here was beautiful. Like it was just so pleasant to be here at this park. And they had a huge Christmas tree lit up. Like everything was lit up. There was a beautiful park to the left of me. It was really, really nice. If the kids didn't have to go to dance that day, they probably would have just spent most of their time at that park because it was so nice. Like that area in general was so pretty. I felt like it was like one of those Hallmark movie little towns. Like it was just so, so cute. I loved it. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, it rained a little bit and then the sun came back out and it was just an overall good day, really nice. And this was pretty much my setup. I'm so happy with the rug. I feel like it brings everything together. It makes it really cozy. I'm starting to finally, get a little feel of it all coming together. And the Grinch was there and they were singing. It was so cute. They had like a little, she was singing the Grinch song or something like that. And it was just so cute. I loved the whole thing. Yeah, I had to like step out and see what entertainment was going on over there. But she had such a beautiful voice. I was like, wow, that was amazing. But you can see here, it was a little bit windy here and there. I think it was, because we were by the water, so it was a bit windy. And yeah, Grinch just walking around. You can see I was getting a lot of people, like a lot of compliments and people coming in and out, but unfortunately no sales. And I was asking around and people were saying like, a lot of them I asked, did you get all your gift shopping done already? And for the most part, I think people have got most of their gifts purchased. So my last turtle did sell, the little watermelon turtle, and that was like the last from the Juicy Couture yarn. I love those turtles and I wanted to make more, so I was working on making another little turtle here. But at this point, it was already like 30 minutes and the show was pretty much over. So I was showing you this bag. This is where I keep all my little crochet, and you can actually put the yarn through there. This is from Temu, and I did a whole Temu haul video, like crochet. You can go ahead and watch that if you want to check out what I got from Temu. But this was one of the items that I got, and I was saying I normally put my yarn, like if it's a ball of yarn small enough, it'll fit in your little cup holder there. But yeah, I got that from there, and it's I bring it to every event that I go to, and I have all my yarn and everything inside. It's like perfect, has all the compartments for everything. But I do a more detailed video in my Temu haul if you're interested in checking that bag out. It's really nice. Yeah, and I bring it to all my events. And finally, the little strawberry turtle was done. It came out so, so cute. I love the way it came out. And yeah, at this point, the event was practically over. And my husband ended up coming back to help me take everything down. And yeah, unfortunately, this just wasn't a profitable one, but it was an enjoyable and calming event. Just be looking out at the water. The weather was great, besides a little bit of rain. Other than that, it was a good day. I mean, sometimes you make profit, and other days you're in a hole like I was. But my market on Saturday, December 14th, I sold 12 items. And then this market on Sunday, December 15th, I only sold 3 items. So to give you a gist of, what I sold over the weekend. My most expensive item sold yesterday on Saturday, and that was my Highland cow for $65. and that was my pattern, so I was so excited that they purchased that one and they loved it. And then the lowest item that I sold was $8, and that was the claw machine. So that was everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in another video. Happy holidays.